It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. Moments away, it'll be the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Los Angeles Lakers at Staples Center. Looking at the Lakers, they're ahead of where they were last season at this time. Always nice to see that progress in a positive direction. Some teams fast out of the gate, others not so lucky. Kenny, for the teams that have started slowly, how do they turn the tide?
You know what? About a week ago, I was talking to a friend of mine about this, and I was like, when that happens, you can't panic. The season's just begun. Identify the real problems before you start tinkering on things.
Sometimes a lineup change can help. Things may just have to work themselves out, though.
Time now for tip-off. We get it to Kevin Harlan. He's got the call.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's a Western Conference battle here at the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles as the Lakers look to work home court advantage. Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and Hall of Fame sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And tonight we're joined by a legend of the NBA. Five-time NBA champion Kobe Bryant has stopped by. Kobe, great to have you with us.
No, thank you. Thank you for letting me stop in and join you for a bit.
Any chance you might pursue broadcasting in the years to come?
Nope.
Nor coaching?
Nope. Don't have the patience for either.
All right, we're glad you're with us tonight. This game is part of the travel schedule for Minnesota. Guys, when you compare their performance last season to where they sit right now, not a whole lot different story. Not necessarily a big surprise either.
And I think for the Timberwolves, they're a team searching for a way to take a leap forward this season. So far, here in the early going, that leap has not existed.
Yeah, it hasn't been all bad, though. I mean, they've had some nice wins, and even if they're not an elite-level team, they still have the look of a playoff team.
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, guys, the work ethic of Wolves coach Tom Thibodeau is very well known. Now, back in Chicago, Jimmy Butler would try to beat him to practice. But no matter how early Butler arrived, Tibbs was already there. Finally, Butler said, okay, forget it. I can't beat him, so I'm just going to run through a wall for him. Kevin?
Thanks, David. And Kobe, you've made no apologies throughout your career about being a scorer, but how do you strike that balance between getting buckets and keeping your teammates involved?
Well, it's a thin line, especially for scorers. You know, because when you're locked into that mentality, it's very easy. It's almost like a racehorse. When you're racing with blinders on, you don't see anything else. You have one focus, right? And so it becomes a matter of trying to understand when to attack throughout the course of the game. So the first 3 quarters, maybe I'll lay back. Or maybe even it's just the first quarter and then close out the first half strong. So you go into halftime with some momentum. But then at the end of the game, you know, that's when you put the blinders back on and you really race for that finish line. And so everything in between just becomes a matter of setting up the pieces so that then you can close the game out the right way. So that's how I thought about it.
And I can sense by the way you describe this that you had to know your teammates' game as well as your own game.
Well, yeah, you got to know how they're feeling going into the game.
Yeah.
Right? Does Pau Gasol have it tonight? You know, how's LO feeling tonight? Right? You got to be able to measure those things. And, you know, if you feel like the team's going to get off to somewhat of a sluggish start, that's when you kick it into high gear immediately. Right? And so it's a bit of a guessing game, but it's more so being able to spend the time with your teammates and talk to them. And that'll help you gauge a little bit better.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for Minnesota, Taj Gibson is out there with Jang, and there's Teague, and it's Bates Diop in at the 3 spot. Now here's Wade, clock at 6. They get the rebound. Here's Davis. Howard trying to free himself up, and Davis can't get it to go. Here's Bates Diop, covered by Beasley. Here's Bates Diop. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Clippers. Here's Schroeder. That falls. Nice speed that time from Dwayne Wade. Schroeder's got the game going here with the first basket for Los Angeles. Teague, the pass debates Diop. Down low, Howard with the steal. Wade left side. Here's Beasley, and good. Got the English that time as it falls. Beasley's got his first points of the game. And as the focal point offensively, reading the defense, so critical to have that split-second reaction and trying to figure out where their defense is going in such a short time frame. It's amazing.
Well, that's part of the magic trick because it's already figured out, right, through film. So when I watch a game, I know what their coverages are. Right, so I know
you could figure out what, and because there's so many coverages. I mean, let's face it.
But they all kind of do the same thing, right? So when you watch the game, if I'm preparing for the Bulls or preparing for whoever, I can look and see what their defensive packages are because they can't just throw something new in there, right? Because they've been doing this defense since training camp,
right?
So you're generally going to see the same rotations. So now I can put guys on the floor and set up the pieces to take advantage of that rotation.
So the Timberwolves called their Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Look at the Lakers. Things going their way so far in this season. Right now, they lead the pack up front in the first spot with the best record. And, of course, Minnesota. Right now, quite a ways down below.
And when I look at the Lakers, and you have to love the way this team is playing, no one was really talking about them at the beginning of the year. Now, they're one of the hottest teams in the league.
Well, Greg, we're talking about them now, right? This terrific start certainly has the attention of the rest of the league.
The Timberwolves shooting their first free throw of the night.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Kobe, you love to take over a game. You're scoring everything you did. Who are the players you faced, though, who held their own against you defensively, that were always something maybe that you really enjoyed playing because you knew they were so good defensively?
Tony Allen was my all-time favorite to go against. I loved going up against Tony Allen.
Monster, huh?
He was amazing. Well, he didn't ask for any help ever. It wasn't like, I'm going to send Kobe down here and come for the trap. He wasn't asking for help. He's like, no, me and you. No matter how many times I hit him, no matter how many times I scored him, he was still there every single time. And I loved competing against him. Raja Bell as well. I loved competing against Raja.
Yeah, there were some battles with you and him when he played with Phoenix.
Yeah, because there was no back down on him, right?
None.
Eric Snow, Bruce Bowen, I liked a lot. He played the game differently. He tried to frustrate you and all these things. So I was fortunate enough to go up against some really top defenders. Kawhi, I didn't get a chance to see much because it was later in my career.
That'd have been a good matchup.
I would have loved it.
Here's Schroeder following the three by Minnesota. Back to Wade. 5 to shoot. Fires from the line. And finished off by Davis.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways. And that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
Here's Bates Diop. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Pass to Gibson. Good on the shot. Gibson's got his first points of the night. The Lakers in the lead. Wade with it in the game against Toronto. Very impressive. Beasley dishes to Schroeder. Inside, Howard. Here's Davis. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. 6 points for Anthony Davis.
3 of 4 to start. Young fella came to play.
Teague finds Gibson. Back to Teague. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Well, I'll tell you what, impeccable work from Jeff Teague inside, showing great patience down in the lane.
Lakers have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. And for those of us who have never played at this level, it must be a thrill to contend against the best in the world. Also with that comes a lot of pressure. How do you handle the balance between enjoying the game and the pressure that's on you in the game?
I've never felt pressure. I'm not really sure what that is. I mean, you'll have moments where you'll make game-winning shots, and it's fantastic.
Never nervous.
No. At times where you'll miss it, and then people won't like you very much. Mm-hmm. But then the next game, you hit a game winner, and everybody loves you. And then you miss the next one, and everybody don't like you again. Right? So why would I stress out over quote-unquote pressure? It doesn't make any sense to me.
How about the responsibility to your teammates and to your own built-in pressures to perform like Kobe Bryant?
Even that, right? Yeah. Even that. There'll be games where you make them, and your teammates are thanking you for it. At times when you miss it, and your teammates are like, dang, man, you got to do better, right? So it's ebbs and flows all the time. And internally, I just do what I practice. Mm-hmm. So there's no reason for me to be nervous or apprehensive because I've done this shot thousands and thousands and thousands of times. I just have to do it one more time.
And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, and guys, that's what he wanted to avoid, a second foul before the end of the opening period.
Lance Stephenson's checked in for Dwayne Wade. Timberwolves passing it around. Here's Bates Diop. He's guarded by Davis. And Michael Beasley picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Minnesota making a switch here. Rose is checked in. Six on the shot clock. The pass to Gibson. Over Stevenson. It's rebounded by Stevenson. Lakers leading by 6. To the inside. And it's Davis with the jam.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Minnesota calls timeout. You have to like what we're seeing from Davis.
And he has absolutely worn them out in the paint. They need to come up with a plan to limit his touches in the interior.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Kuzma's checked in, and a change for the Timberwolves. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Taj Gibson. It's stolen by Davis. Schroeder passes to Howard, and it's slammed in by Howard.
And jumping out like this, man, you automatically start thinking blowout.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, they've been aggressive and assertive right from the opening tip. They've seized command of this game. Let's see what happens.
Now here's Rose. 11 points for him in that last game against the Clippers in Los Angeles. Kobe, a lot of guys would keep written notebooks on team styles, individual players. Some do it mentally. What did you do?
I used to do that too at the start, and then I started kind of looking at the lineage of coaches and started figuring out that most of them come from the same coaching pedigree. Therefore, the defensive packages are pretty much the same.
So you studied coaches.
Well, yeah, because the defensive schematics are all the same. Like, if you look around now, how many Popovich disciples do you have?
A lot.
Right, so you're essentially playing against the same defensive strategy that you would see against a Popovich team. The same offensive philosophy that you see from a Popovich team. Right? So it's all consistent. It's all there.
Minnesota with the ball after the miss from Dennis Schroeder. Passes to Bates-Diop. Got a piece of it. Looking to end the run. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's his first trip to the line.
Shooting for Minnesota. Keita Bates-Diop. Taking 2 shots.
The first one falls, and the Lakers with some changes. JaVale McGee's checked in for Howard. Montrezl Harrell comes in for Davis. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Lakers leading by 11. Pass to Stevenson. The step-back jumper is good.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Minnesota comes into this one following a loss to the Clippers.
And offensively, that night, it seemed like anytime they took 1 step forward, they'd end up taking 2 steps back.
It didn't seem, Greg, like they ever got any rhythm on the offensive end. They were in a hurry to get their shots off. Really difficult to win that way.
The Timberwolves shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. The first free throw is good. Kobe, how important is it for young players to have mentors?
Oh, extremely important. I consider them the North Star. Right? They're always there to provide guidance and kind of a map of generally where you want to go or the direction you want to go. And I always felt muses were important because if I could study them and see how they got to where they are, then it'll help me avoid some of the landmines that they may have stepped on and had to persevere through.
And gracious of you to become a mentor now for so many.
Well, it's part of the responsibility, I think, of giving back to the game, right? The game has given me so much. I've had great mentors in my life, and I feel like it's important to pay it forward.
Now, here's Stevenson. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Harrell, that's good.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
A shot's good from Aldridge.
That is how you do it. Able to absorb contact and maintain body control. Nicely done by Aldridge.
And the foul called on Tyus Jones. That's his first foul. And McGee kicks to Harrell. Rondo passes to Kuzma. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Count it, good.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Timberwolves trail by 13. Down low, here's Aldridge. And Cole Aldridge with the slam.
But you just can't allow a guy that kind of position. Aldridge leaves no doubt.
Pass to Kuzma. He kicks it to Harrell. From 10 feet out, he can't hit that time. And Minnesota now the other way. Last time they met was in Minnesota.
It really a resounding loss the last time they matched up. They got absolutely manhandled on the boards.
You know, sometimes it's about gang rebounding, making sure everyone's in on the responsibility to board it. Let's see if it's more of a group effort tonight.
And so it's the Lakers with it. 9-point game. Kuzma passes to Stevenson. And McGee kicks to Stevenson.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against the Raptors. Rose against Harrell. Rose attacking, and Rose throws it down.
Well, Kevin, this guy's starting to rediscover that athleticism. What about that finish and flush?
Outside Rondo, and the foul called on Tyus Jones. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Black Mamba nickname, one of the things that I think fans really embrace. They know you for that. How did that all come about?
Well, honestly, watching Kill Bill.
Oh, no kidding.
No kidding. It came straight from Tarantino. When I saw him, I thanked him for it.
Oh, I like that story.
Yep, came straight from there. I looked at it and said, wow, that's an interesting angle. Look it up.
It makes sense.
Makes complete sense.
Right? Yeah. And you like that? You like that nickname?
I did. It became my alter ego. Yeah. Right? So when I'm at home, I'm like a big teddy bear, man. I'm like a human jungle gym with my kids. But when I strap up my Mambas, I enter that zone. Right? I enter that don't play around zone.
I like that zone.
Yeah.
Your opponents didn't like that zone. 3 on the clock. Nunley passes to Tolliver. Got a piece of it. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Los Angeles leading by 7. There's 53 seconds left to play in the first quarter. The wide open look here for Kuzma. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Jones, no one around him. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And both offenses in rhythm here to start the game.
Boy, these teams can't miss so far. If you love good offense, this is your game.
Now here's Rondo. And there's the pass to Kuzma. That's tipped. It's stolen by Jones. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And there it is for him. Now just a 2-point Los Angeles lead. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here to the paint. And the slam dunk by McGee.
Yeah, and Rondo just working the ball around there. He loves finding his teammates when they're open in the sweet spots.
And here's Rose. Over Rondo. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Lakers lead by 4. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing in the game?
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
Well, you love the determination. It seems like every rebound is theirs for the taking. They are overwhelming the opposition.
And so it's Rondo bringing it up for Los Angeles. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Harrell is out there with Kyle Kuzma, and there's JaVale McGee. Then it's Lance Stevenson, and it's Rondo in at the 1 spot. That's the group for the Lakers to start the second quarter. Here's Rose, following the basket by Lance Stevenson. Rose with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo. To the middle, stolen by McGee. 1-on-1 here. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And where have the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and 3-point shot attempts so far for Los Angeles.
And they've pretty much ignored the corner 3 tonight. It's a useful shot to have. It really forces the D out wide and opens things up in the middle.
And that one misses. Kobe, I can only imagine the hours you spent studying the legends who came before you, Michael Jordan, and probably other players as well.
Well, yeah, because you have to ask yourself the question is, why are these moves that are being executed working? Right. It's not good enough just to look at them and say, okay, they work. I'm going to go out and try to do the same thing. That's not good enough. You have to try to understand why they work. And in other situations, why didn't they work?
But I always thought, too, you put your special spin on it. You followed this roadmap, but then you took the exit ramp and then put your own spin, own feel on the move or play.
Well, yeah, because we both had different teams, right? He had a different cast of characters that he played with. He had a different role and different responsibility than I had on my team. So I've had to kind of adjust those things in the timing of our games and when we attack and when we facilitate and all those other things. But the basics of the game remain the same, whether it's myself, whether it's Michael, whether it's Jerry West, those things are all consistent.
Pocket 2, top of the key. Rondo, no good.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Pass to Nunley. To the middle. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Okogie. Here's Tolliver. Up and in on the layup. Tolliver's got his first basket of the night.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
Well, you better be more physical on the glass because they wanted that rebound more than them, plain and simple.
Here's Kuzma, now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Jones finds Aldridge. Outside, Jones. No good on the 3. Lakers leading by 7. Pass to McGee. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. McGee's got his second bucket of the night. Minnesota's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Okogie. Wade is covering to the left side wing. Shot clock at 6. Back to Aldridge. And stolen by Kuzma. An even 3-on-3 break. Wade from outside gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
Well, I mean, he needs to talk to his guys. The interior defense has been horrific.
Absolutely no rim protection whatsoever. At this point, the other team is walking all over them on the inside.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Davis comes in for Harrell. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Here's Gibson. And just miss after miss right now.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Wade kicks to Davis. 6 to shoot. Again, Los Angeles.
Well, the basketball mind that Dwayne Wade possesses is so special. What understanding and feel for where his guys will be.
Teague, the pass to Gibson. To the inside. Okogie. Straight D that time from Dennis Schroeder.
Simply have to go up stronger than that. Could be a simple layup if he shows a little more determination.
Offensive rebound. Here's Howard. Plays it up and banks it in. Howard's got 10.
Yeah, and when Howard is allowed to get near the bucket, he capitalizes easily on the offensive glass. He sees the game so well.
Here's Bates Diop. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. They get a hand on it. Okogie. Wade is covering. Snatched up. Outside Teague. Tries again. And it's sent back by Howard.
And Howard takes his shot blocking very seriously, skying up and sending him back with his impressive vertical.
Timberwolves trail by 16. And Teague has it in the corner. Here's Gibson. That's good, and so Teague with the assist.
It matters not if you have a hand up in contest. Taj Gibson feels like he can score now on the low post.
Here's Schroeder. No good on the triple. And it's Teague with the ball, but he brings it up for the Timberwolves. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That will conclude a 5-game road trip for them. Feeds it to Wade. Beasley trying to break free. Wade gets the bucket. Wade's got 5 points now in the quarter.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
And Gibson kicks to Teague. Back to Gibson. It's stolen by Schroeder. He feeds it to Wade. That's a bucket. His third of the game. He shot the ball 7 times.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Timberwolves trail by 18. Pass to Bates Diop. Puts up a 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And guys, they just got so many good looks in that one, and the defense never able to affect their offensive rhythm.
Well, I think the defense from the other team was simply porous. There's no other way to put it. So many openings, and they made them pay for it.
Just 5 to shoot. Here's Wade. Again, the Lakers.
What a difference in the second quarter. His shooting, much more confidence, much more accuracy.
Minnesota's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Here's Bates Diop. Okogie. Wade is covering. Okogie. That one wide left.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Well, you can see he's sputtering a bit, but he's trying to get going. I do like that he's continuing to be aggressive.
Here's the break. Here's Bates Diop, and he slams it one-handed.
And racing up the court, you have a number of options and a great decision there.
I love how he took the initiative, right? You took charge of the opportunity and made the right decision.
Now here's Davis. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Toronto.
And I felt like his offense fed right into his deep. He caused a bunch of turnovers. There was just no let-up in him all night.
So it's the Timberwolves now after the made shot from Dwayne Wade. Back to Jang. And the foul on Dwayne Wade. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Boy, now you have to think about pulling him. 3 fouls already in this half. A 4th would be inexcusable.
Lance Stephenson's checked in for the Lakers. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Rose is checked in. Back to Jang. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Bucket is good.
Listen, this guy's shooting it well enough these days, is Gorgui Dieng. You might want to run him off his spot and make him put it on the deck.
Schroeder finds Howard. Stevenson with the bounce pass. Davis inside. Gibson on him. Stevenson inside the three-point line. And again, it's the Lakers.
The offense is running well, but more importantly, they're taking the shots they know they can make.
Well, they haven't had to force anything. They're simply moving the ball and working for the best available shot.
Now here's Gibson. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Here's Bates Diop, and Davis sends it back.
He's got that huge wingspan, and boy, does he use it well on the defensive end. If Davis is within shouting distance of the shooter, there's a good chance he'll get a hand on it.
Here's Teague after the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. Rose surveying the D. Howard against Jang. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That's on Dwight Howard.
Look, guys, you love that this guy is becoming more and more of an offensive threat. Zhang draws the foul there.
The Timberwolves have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far. That free throw, good from Zhang.
Now, this is a guy who was 63% from the free throw line his first year. Zhang now has transformed himself into a very good free throw shooter.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Beasley. That one is no good.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
That one goes. Count it. Kuzma's got 5 points now this quarter.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
I'll tell you, got to admire the energy. This guy really wants to put this one away.
Down low and stolen by Zhang. Lets it go from 14. Nunley's shot is good.
Nice piece of work there. Get yourself a little space and pull the trigger.
Stevenson passes to Davis. Schroeder up top. Back to Davis. Over Gibson. The Lakers rebound. Here's Kuzma. Drains the 19-footer. Kuzma's got 7 points in the game.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
T kicks to Zhang. 1:24 left to play here in the half. Teague drives in. He can't get it to go. Excellent D from Howard. I'd like to give a big thank you once again to Kobe Bryant for coming by, and feel free anytime to drop by and join our broadcast.
No, thank you, man. It's been wonderful. Thank you for having me.
And with Kobe stopping by the booth, Doris, I'm always amazed at the type of things Kobe will notice about both NBA and the players competing that the casual fans rarely think about.
Well, you think back to Kobe's career and how much his preparation and studying of the league and his opponents contributed to his success. And obviously, with what we just heard, this guy still holds so much knowledge of the game.
Good on the three-point shot.
Boy, this guy has been transcendent this quarter. Something really lit a fire underneath this guy.
Minnesota's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Schroeder against Rose. Back to Zhang. Kicks it to Rose. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots over Schroeder. Another miss by Minnesota.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Count the basket. He's got 8.
And they're just dominating on both ends. And it's reflected now in the score.
Oh, absolutely, Greg. They're absolutely rolling in sync totally on both the offensive and defensive ends.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Lakers on top, opening up a huge gap. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Dwight, what has your approach been so far tonight?
I'm just trying to play with a lot of energy. Do the best I can on the defensive end to help my teammates out. Post hard.
Dwight, thanks. Good luck in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. Dwight Howard had no problems getting going. He had 12 points, 2 steals, and 1 block. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Well, one thing happened. Dwight Howard showed he could still dominate, even if it's just for one half. I thought he played with a great deal of confidence, played with good energy. And, of course, we know about his strength, and that's the key to his game.
Shaq, what you think about Minnesota?
Well, one reason they're getting roasted, a.k.a. blown out, poor rebounding. Way too many one-and-done possessions. I don't want to see guys dribble between their legs and shoot. Not enough fundamentals. Hey, box out 101. Maintain position 101. Learn how to play basketball 101. Things like that, Ernie.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go over there.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. We have seen an exceptional performance from Dwight Howard.
And how about that? Already through 2 quarters and some change, he's got a double-double.
I'll tell you, he took over the game in that first half, Greg. They really have got to find a way to slow this guy down.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. With college basketball expanding the three-point arc out to FIBA range, Doris, does that set the table, you think, for the NBA to move its arc, their three-point shooting line, out as well?
I think one of the things that I would like to see, Kevin, is a more unified game across countries, right? We've talked about the NBA and basketball in particular becoming a more global game. I think one thing that I'd really love to see at the lower levels of basketball in the formative stages is young players have to play with a shot clock. Because what that forces those players to do is be 3-tool players. Under duress of a shot clock, you better be able to put the ball on the deck, make a pass, or take a shot. So I think the more we can normalize a set of international rules, the better basketball is going to be long term.
And so in the game for the Timberwolves, they've got Shang. Taj Gibson is out there with Teague, and it's Bates Diop in at the 3. Beasley kicks to Wade. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Wade's got 13.
Well, Dwayne Wade's simply dominating on offense, and he's making it look easy, guys.
And the pass to Gibson. Here's Bates Diop. Drops one in from the wing. 10 points for him.
Well, the big man, Taj Gibson, pretty assist there, Kevin.
Now, here's Wade. Defense right on him. A solo fast break. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
That's his second personal foul.
The Timberwolves have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them.
At the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. And the second free throw, good. And Doris, the Wolves, a lot of promise, but how do they deliver?
I think Tom Thibodeau says it best, Kevin. It's the little things. The magic is actually in the work you put in every day. No shortcuts, no easy way out. There's a price to be paid for winning in the NBA.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
For Minnesota, they have made 2/3 of their free throws tonight, 6 of 9 to be exact.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Jones checked in for T. He hits both from the stripe. Los Angeles leading by 23. Schroeder kicks to Wade. Fader on the way. The shot, no good. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way.
Well, I'll tell you, it hasn't been his best quarter, but we know he won't get discouraged. This guy will keep grinding.
Okogie. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Davis has got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
Boy, he hasn't given them much of anything tonight. He's got to look for his own shot a little less and keep the ball moving.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Some changes for the Lakers. Montrezl Harrell comes in for Dwight Howard. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. The Timberwolves also changing it up. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Jen. And it's Tolliver in for Taj Gibson. And so Tom Thibodeau has got to have a timeout right now. Doris, you were a point guard in your playing days. What qualities did you look for in a backcourt mate, someone to play off you?
Well, I would say they were similar to what I looked for in all of my teammates. Certainly you wanted players who were 3-tool players, somebody who could put the ball on the floor, use their dribble well, somebody who could pass well, who could identify, okay, next player is open, I need to make this pass. And then the competitive attributes, Kevin. How hard did you play on a night-by-night basis? Did you prioritize winning over individual success? All the qualities I think you look for in a backcourt mate are what you would look for in any teammate.
And while we've got a chance, let's check out the stats for Tolliver. He's putting up 6 points a night, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he gives them a nice rotation on the front court. He is a quality reserve.
Well, the one thing you can't teach is size. He's not as developed skill-wise as some guys, but certainly a valuable backup for this team.
Here's Bates Diop. He's got 12. Back to Jones. No good from outside. Lakers leading by 23. Beasley outside. Harrell kicks to Rondo. Back to Harrell. It's deflected. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
He just punishes you on the backboard. I mean, it's pretty deflating for a team trailing big and still giving up second chance opportunities.
You know, I think he senses a team on the ropes, and he's looking to put them away. That killer instinct is shining through once again. Boy, the score would look a lot different if his teammates could have had the kind of night he's had.
And it's Rondo with the ball for Los Angeles. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. And the foul called on Tyus Jones. And that'll be his third foul so far. JaVale McGee's checked in for Anthony Davis.
JaVale McGee.
So it's the Lakers now. Here's Harrell. The feed now to McGee. Buries it down low. McGee's got 6.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, really good awareness by the scorer. You're seeing an opening in the defense and exploiting it beautifully.
Passes to Bates-Diop. It's rebounded by Rondo.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Pass to Harrell. On the wing, Dwayne Wade.
Minnesota foul call. John Okogie. That's his second personal foul.
And here is Los Angeles now.
He's trying to make something happen, but obviously been a tough quarter.
Off the inbound, no good. Jones finds Aldridge. Pass to Bates-Diop. Just 5 to shoot. And it's JaVale McGee with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
Okogie. Wade is covering. Clock at 6. Jones against Rondo. From outside, off the mark. Lakers have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Wade feeling it out a bit, looking for McGee. He gets it there.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And there's the pass to Bates-Diop. Okogie. Wade is covering. Lets it go. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Now here's Beasley. He's guarded closely. With the teardrop, and Wade with the lay-in. Wade's got 15 points.
Well, so many tricks up his sleeve. Dwayne Wade, phenomenal, realizing when to pull out that reliable floater.
Jones kicks to Tolliver. Passes it to Bates-Diop. Beasley with the steal. Six to shoot, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
That's his first personal foul.
Los Angeles shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
That free throw, no good. Los Angeles making a switch here. Stevenson's checked in. He hits the second from the line. Well, the league is always looking for ways to adjust the rules, make them better. There's a committee that studies this every single year, and with that in mind, Doris, any rules you think they should alter or tweak?
Yeah, there's absolutely one, Kevin, and I think this goes to the point where perhaps we can have some more uniformity in the FIBA-ruled games that are played and the NBA. And there's one thing that's occurred in international play where players are becoming more athletic, and the opportunity for electric stuff to happen in transition is critical. To me, we have got to stop the intentional fouls, which are prohibiting fast breaks and all the potential for the explosive, exciting athleticism to be on display. So that, to me, is something we've got to address.
I'm with you. This is his first chance at the line tonight. First free throw is good. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for the Lakers. All free throws good from Lance Stevenson. Here's Rose. He's got 6. Outside, Jones. Rondo against Rose. Back to Jones. Over Stevenson. And the foul on Cole Aldrich. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Lakers have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. To the inside, McGee, and the slam dunk by McGee.
And it's been about that execution offensively. I mean, they have been superb.
There's no doubt. They're making all the right moves. Their chemistry tonight has been phenomenal.
Here's Aldrich. Dishes it to Rose. Back to Aldrich. Pass to Rose. From downtown, the rebound by the Lakers. Now here's Kuzma. He kicks it to Rondo. McGee dishes to Rondo. Now Kuzma. He's got 10. Puts it up from 12. Again, Los Angeles.
Boy, this guy's a rock. This is a player that you can count on to produce under any circumstance.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Nunley, guarded by Kuzma. Stolen by McGee. Stevenson against Jones. Good on the bucket. Stevenson's got 12 in the game.
Yeah, that's the kind of aggressive attitude Stevenson brings to the table. He's not going to sit back and settle for jump shots. If he can attack the basket, he will.
Now here's Rose. 6 points for him. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Rajon Rondo. And then for Minnesota, Jang, he's checked in for Aldrich. And it's Teague for Jones. On defense, the Lakers. Outside Teague. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's deflected, and he's able to get it back. There's Rose with the 3. The rebound by the Lakers. Harrell's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Minnesota's gone into a slump here from 3-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Pass to Nunley. There's 1:38 left here in the third quarter. It's good.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Oh, I'll tell you, that's good basketball. You have to get a little creative against the big man, but I love his initiative.
Here's Stevenson. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Outside Teague. The dish to Rose. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
You can see the athleticism and toughness. Rose becoming exponentially more dangerous the closer he gets to the rim.
And unfortunately, injuries will always be the concern with Derrick Rose. Still loves the game of basketball, knows he is limited compared to what he once was. Amazing with all he's fought through, he can still perform at such a high level.
One shot.
And Rose, no good on that one. And with Rose, as you said, his love of the game is still there, and he still wants to play.
I mean, many players would have just walked away from having their body betray him. But Rose said last season he loves what he gets to do and still would be a water boy if he had to. You have to admire Rose's attitude and approach in that regard.
Now here's Teague. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Davis, the pass to Stevenson. Rose against Schroeder. There's the pass to Kuzma. Here's Davis. Unable to get that one. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. Here's Nunley, guarded by Kuzma. Teague finds Gibson. Back to Teague. Trying his luck deep. They get it back. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, you can't afford to let Gorgui Dieng float around on the offensive glass. He's going to find a way to hurt you.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers, leading by a full 31 points at the end of the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Now let's hear what Coach Tom Thibodeau was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
Once we get the ball, Swan, it's easy offense. Keep cutting, cut. You got to do more than one thing. Keep working the game, work the game, work the game.
All the basics of good offense, demanding his guys, Greg, move with purpose and precision.
Clearly wants more ball movement. So far, it has been lacking.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Davis. Then it's Lance Stevenson. Then there's Howard. And it's Caruso in at the point guard position. That's who's in the game for the Lakers.
And Gibson always has had a solid mid-range game. You can't let him get comfortable from that spot.
Stevenson kicks to Davis. Back to Stevenson. Pass to Caruso. That's good, and it's Stevenson with the assist.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
Pass to Nunley. Williams with the ball, guarded by Kuzma. Williams against Stevenson. The kick out to Rose. A reverse, and it's laid in by Gibson.
Well, Taj Gibson has built his NBA game on his ability to rebound the basketball consistently. What a great nose for it he has.
Bobbed up there for Howard. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Yeah, and Superman taking flight for the lob finish.
The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Outside Rose. Nunley passes to Patton. And the All-Star game last season, Doris, no more East versus West format. Do you think when it's all said and done, the league will get rid of conference basketball altogether?
This is a challenging question for me because the WNBA went to seeding teams from 1 through 16, and it didn't matter whether you were West or East. And it has led to the most competitive era in a much-needed WNBA growth period. But the reality is, Kevin, I am very much a traditionalist. And the rivalries in both the Eastern and Western conferences historically have been phenomenal. Whether it was Jordan playing Detroit and having to overcome them, or Boston and Detroit, or the Lakers versus Sacramento briefly when Chris Webber's teams couldn't get over the hump. So this is a hard question for me. I'm not sure which side of the fence I fall on.
Rose finds Gibson. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
Well, this is a real strength of Taj Gibson's game. Efficient low-post scoring. That's nicely done.
Stevenson passes to Kuzma. Here's Caruso. He's covered by Rose. In the corner, it's Stevenson. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. And there's Davis. That's good on the assist from Stevenson. And 12 points for Anthony Davis.
If there's a list of the best inside scorers in the NBA, Davis has got to be right at the top. When he gets his hands on the ball down low, you might as well just count it.
Rose kicks to Williams. Last season, Doris, the NBA hosting 4 regular season games in Mexico, celebrating the 25th anniversary of the NBA playing in Mexico City.
Well, Kevin, you know this. Mexico City is the 5th largest city in the world. You are a geographic expert. This is a gateway to all of Latin America, and the NBA, as always, eager to expand their presence in new markets.
I agree. And the fact, Doris, they're so progressive has just, given them so much new things, revenue, growth avenues to follow. It just opens up a whole new area where they can grow.
Never rest on your laurels, Kevin. Always work hard, just like the great Kevin Harlan does.
Right side, Rose. Pass to Patton. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 5 assists tonight.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Caruso kicks to Stevenson. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Yeah, still commanding a lot of defensive attention. Howard just keeps his head up and finds the open man.
Here's Rose. Out to the right wing. Here's Gibson. Rebounded by the Lakers. Davis has got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Well, so often when a player changes teams, Doris, we see a lot of emotions from him, his teammates, from the fans, and coaches. Is it even reasonable to expect loyalty in sports nowadays?
You know, I think times have changed, Kevin. We're no longer living in an era where a player sticks with an organization throughout the course of his tenure, or at least that is the outlier nowadays. The reality is teams always make decisions with their long-term best interests at heart. And so when a player has earned the right to embrace his free agency, there's a reason it's termed free agency, then he should have an equal opportunity to the team to make the decisions that are in his best interest. Whatever those values and priorities for that individual player are, when you reach free agency, you've earned that right.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
Okogie, he's covered by Rondo. Over in the corner, Williams. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Caruso. He dishes it to Stevenson. Here's Davis. Howard trying to free himself up. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
As dangerous as he is inside, Davis gives opponents nightmares when he's able to get to the mid-range. He's very reliable when he steps back and takes the jump shot.
Okogie knocks down the step-back J.
And you can tell the defender not anticipating the step back. He was headed in the opposite direction.
Howard kicks to Caruso. Here's Davis. Again, Los Angeles.
Now, I think they'll keep going to him more and more as they look to hang on to their lead. Why not with the way this guy is shooting it?
The pass to Patton. We know James Harden joined Durant and Westbrook in winning league MVP honors, Doris. Had those three stayed together in Oklahoma City, is there any doubt in your mind that they would have won at least one NBA championship?
Well, you think back to the time they worked together, and they did go to an NBA Finals and ended up being eliminated by LeBron James and the Miami Heat. So obviously, you like the opportunity they would have had to go to more. And let's give a little credit to the great GM of the Oklahoma City franchise, Sam Presti, who is responsible for the drafting of 3 MVP candidates. That in and of itself is quite remarkable. But you know this, Kevin. Success and failure, there is such a fine line. And there's a tenuous nature to things, an injury at the wrong time. So many times this trio was tripped up by an untimely situation. So, I mean, if they stay together, yes, you like their chances, but this is why history states otherwise.
Oh, boy, looks like he was injured there.
Yeah, looks like he's in real pain. Definitely a concern right now.
Well, these are the moments that can be gut-wrenching for him and his team, right? Anytime you see an injury like this, certainly your heart goes out to him and to his family.
Okogie misses the 3. LA has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Caruso, the pass to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Rondo against Jones. Jacks up a 3. Rajon Rondo with the rebound.
Listen, that's a look he can hit, but right now he can't throw it in the ocean.
Caruso kicks to McGee. Probably no surprise, Doris. Fans would rather watch shots being hit from the field over free throws. So should the league do anything to perhaps cut down on trips to the free throw line?
You know what, Kevin? I don't know that I necessarily think there need to be fewer trips to the charity stripe. I don't like the hack-up player strategy, and I think what we've taken a good first step toward correcting that particular issue. But right now, I like the way the game is played in terms of officiating. My only objection to the way the game is officiated is take away those intentional fouls that are prohibiting fast break basketball.
And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Okogie. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Struggling to make shots this quarter and making it hard to catch up.
Stevenson outside. Kicks it to Harrell. Good D by Jones. Minnesota's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. The steal. Here's Caruso. Passes it to Harrell. McGee with it. Outside Rondo. Shot clock at 6. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
Boy, I'll tell you, he has plenty of space, but it looked like a little bit of a hitch in that release.
Jones kicks to Patton. You always hear coaches preaching consistency. Doris, what enables that kind of night-in, night-out reliability?
Well, I think a lot goes into it, and you can start with pride, Kevin. If you're putting in the kind of preparation necessary, then you're going to take a certain amount of pride in the things you do on a night-by-night basis. Things aren't always going to go your way, but it's not how you end the night. It's how do you respond in the middle of the game when things are going against you. Calls haven't gone your way, or perhaps there's a bad matchup. What's your response? So a lot of things go into consistency, and it's why we take special pride covering players who pride themselves on being available.
And one of the most admired things you have, too, as well.
Correct. Michael Jordan loved to play every night.
Count it.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Los Angeles.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for Anthony Davis.
Boy, his defense is what stood out to me. There was a no-fly zone around this guy all night. He contested every shot in his area and sent a few back.
The first one falls, and the Lakers making a change here. Kuzma's checked in. Both shots good from the stripe. 56 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And here's Stevenson. And Kuzma has it in the corner. Back to Stevenson. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Now here's Jones. "14 feet away. Nice spin off the left rim and in."
And finally finding a rhythm, but unfortunately a little too late.
Well, you wonder if they can use the momentum they've built here into the next game, because this one looks over.
Yes, that goes in.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
Well, this is exactly how you put teams away. Late game execution leads to a tremendous win.
Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Anthony, this was a win where you guys looked like you were confident and understood that you really can win every time out.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You know, coming into every game, we think we can win each game, and we definitely believe that. And we got to go out there and fight every game, you know, hustle, our energy, our defense, and, you know, we're going to fight for the rest of the season.
Looking good out there right now, Anthony. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you later.